Alrighty, for Black Ops Theory and everything for PvP, I think I got that down. For PVE, I wonder if I have anything here. No, I don't have anything here. So let's look on. It wants me to log in. All right. Apparently, I got logged out. Giving me a little bit of a right. So look at that. They're advertising me on their homepage. How nice. Let's see here. Fits. And then whole widow. And let's see if there are so there are some DED runners here and stuff. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this first row and see if we see anything here that looks interesting. All right, what is the name on this one? Just says Widow. So it doesn't have any doesn't have any self-rep. PvP, most likely. Dark Blood Fleeging Staging Point 3, 9 of 10. So this is for a this is PVE. $3.4 billion. Potion is a micro jump. Okay. Export. Copy to clipboard. So, see what kind of. Well, let me see what the benefits are. Black Ops, ECM target jammer, and ECM burst jammer strength. Bonus to all shield resistances. Caldari is 7.5% bonus to heavy missile, cruise missile, and torpedo. Bonus to cruise missile and torpedo max velocity, which means that they fly further. And that's per skill level. And then roll bonus, Black Ops, and reduction in jump fatigue. 100% bonus to shield extender hit points. Okay. 50% bonus to armor plate. And 5% to reinforce bulkheads. There's no shield extenders on here. 42,000 DHP. It says it's stable though, which is interesting. And how much? 739 per 4 seconds. So if we're flying out at 100, because that's what we got here for, so Scourge, Fury, Cruise Missile, 1000 DPS. And then what are these? Can I use focus scripts on it? Yes, I can. Good. So, and how far will these go? 210. But using focus missile precision scripts will help with hitting the small stuff. This looks like a really nice setup. This is from somebody named Van Santi. And yeah, this looks like a potential setup. And now the question is, so if I were to use something like this and I was to take Black Ops, would I just take 2 Black Ops characters over and do it? Or just 1? Two would clear it out twice as fast, but it also then becomes twice the management of some of these. It doesn't have a really high EHP. It has 42,000. And so it's depending a lot on its the shield booster here. Like a lot. So this one is interesting. And let's save this.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Visceral 10 just followed.
Visceral, welcome. Thank you for the follow. So we can give Van Santi credit on this one. It looks pretty interesting. Haven't tried it yet, but it looks pretty interesting. And then now this one, it might be PVE, but are these torpedo? No, they're cruise missile. I don't know, man. It doesn't have anything in it for taking care of smaller ships. And it's got a drone range extender. Why? Oh, because it's using sentry drones. Okay. Well, those sentry drones might be good for frigates and stuff. How interesting. All right. Let me copy this one. Let's take a look at it. So also 43,000 DHP. This right here, it has a booster on it, so it's 1,070 instead of like 795 the other one was. The drone damage is 153. What is the drone distance? 12 optimal fall off at 52. No, wait. There's something wrong here. Optimal range 52 and the accuracy fall off is 12. Come on. The accuracy fall off happens beyond the optimal range. There's something goofy here. $1,130 DPS. Micro jump for propulsion. It's cap stable. Even though this one is a little bit, you know, feels like it won't be able to use the missiles accurately on smaller ships, it may overcome that with its drones. The thing about the drones, though, is you're going to have 4 different types, and so the curators, they're right in the middle on distance, and the wardens will reach nice and far. But let's see, the warden is, you know, quite a bit further and is just kinetic, whereas the curators are EM and thermal. And the guard here, they're just thermal. So it must be the Minotaur ones are...
Welcome to the Dragons.
It's Stibbles just followed.
It's Dibbles. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. $3.1 billion. It's, you know, it's an okay fit. This one comes from Freon Hero. All right. It's an interesting fit. So this one is, gosh, also interesting. $4.5 billion. Well, it better have a good increase in stuff in order to be worth that much. That's another more than $1 billion on top of other stuff. This uses torpedoes. So 1500 DPS, but what are we doing about the small stuff? Right? Why don't I just use a T3? It's all about gating. It's all about avoiding going through gates. You see the hostiles in here? I got 2 of them in here right now. This one also, it's micro warp, cap stable without the propulsion on. Man, this has a lot of high-end modules on it, which just makes the loss bigger. 1452 on the shield rep. Mine Horde still? No. These are my Horde characters, and they're no longer in Horde. Did I know I can conduit a T3 cruiser with Black Ops? But I have to use a conduit jump, which like it won't have cooldown stuff on it, and I'll get too hot, I think, on my cooldowns. It's something to think about. I mean, I could just put a Tengu in each system. They can be Omni, but how much DPS can I get out of a Tengu? That's the problem, is like I worry about how long it's going to take me to do each one of these sites. And so this one I'm not a fan of because of the torpedoes. Max flight 42. This is in your face type stuff. So yeah, I'm not liking this one. Passive shield. I don't know, man. 838 DPS. It's probably got really good shields on it, though, with those 100% bonuses. Thousand DPS. What's it got in it for drones? Missile guidance computer. 130,000 DHP. And what's its shield regen? It's at 68 per second. That might be good enough for passive if you're might be good enough for passive if you're on the move. How far? 191. See, and this is part of the shield regen here, right? Yeah. So that'll help with shield regen. Yeah, increases the shield recharge rate. It's 1.3 billion. Am I looking to do a PVE with blops? Yes. At 1.3 billion, that starts to sound interesting to me. And this just stay on orbit. Got plenty of power. Oh, but does it? $16-minute cap. Hmm. 16 minutes is usually enough. Think I'd prefer a sin or two? Well, maybe. I can, let's see, I think I'm Mastery 5 on the sin on this character. I've never flown a sin before, and I haven't looked up much about it. And yeah, Mastery 5 on the sin. How about my other Black Ops character? Close. Close. He needs 2 levels of Black Ops. I can chain cap and let the drones rip. Yeah, but to chain cap, don't you usually need 3? It gets really complicated, and if you're doing simple missions, actually, I want to save this one. This is a possibility. It's cheap too. I kind of like that it's cheap and I can give it a shot. That is attractive to me. All right, and here's another one. This one looks very similar to another one that we looked at. 3.4 billion.
Welcome to the Dragons.
One Papula's just followed.
Sure on that one. All right, let's look at Sin now too. Level 4 mission runner. Drone, rail, microjump armor, a newt sin, needs testing, beef. Okay, I don't know what beef is. Let's take a look at these. Right, 983 DPS. Boy, yep, we're pretty close. Has an armor rep. 1288 per 11 seconds. Drones are 674 DPS. Ogres. God, ogres make up the main part of the DPS. What was your first Eve purchases from Restore 25 years ago? You're a teenager back then? Well, it's probably more like 22 or 23 years ago, but yeah. Welcome back. A long time ago. Back in the Shattered Crystal days. So this is 1.6 billion. I don't know. Let's see what the bonuses are on this. Black Ops 10, 10% to warp scrambler range. Oh, nice. Bonus to drone tracking and optimal range. Okay. And +1 scram strength to all warp scramblers. Wow. So it gets +5 on scram strength. If you're at level 5, that's pretty wicked. Galante, 10% to large hybrid turret damage and 10% to drone hit points and damage. And then all the regular stuff for
Welcome to the Dragons.
Unreal
Black
One
Ops
Tie
ships.
just followed.
Unreality, welcome. So well, this is an interesting thing I just thought of, and that is what if we took the missions out here and we figured out which Black Ops were the best on them. And so there'd be like Redeemer, Widow, Sin, and I don't know what the Minmatar one is. But that could be interesting. There are different missions that there's different reasons to take different things as well. And a Sin could be set up with a Panther. Okay, thank you. A Sin could be set up with whatever type of drones are needed. It's Omni. It's just a matter of how close they have to be. This, I think, would tank pretty well. What is its EHP? Only 45,000? Damn. It's a little anemic in the DPS. Yeah, and you think that not using shield extenders or armor is lacking in this? Yeah, I don't like this Sin. I don't think that this one is going to do it. Another one that looks close to the same. Still 400 and something on that, and then 350 rails. Spike shoots nice and far, but very anemic, 626 DPS. I feel like the Sin has an incredible bonus to its scram, which is pretty interesting. Like its scram distance and its scram strength means I got you. Like it's +5 on the scram strength, and you know, which sounds really incredible and everything. Oh, and this one's not even cap stable without a Nosferatu. Yeah. So these sins in this application, I'm not feeling it. So, and then what the heck is this? This looks pretty, like, maybe dumb.
Welcome to the Dragons.
The red hammer just followed.
$3.4 billion, 743 DPS. What is it basing that on? Praetors. Okay. Well, Praetors are not the right. We're going to want to be further out. So. With it. All right, so let's see here. This one is a little more interesting, except you have to turn this off. It's still stable. You're not going to really use that. This thing is I'm not sure what to think about it. It's not very good. Yeah, the camera's intentional. I did that intentionally. It'll come back, don't worry. So Sin is not the right answer. I think the Widows are potentially the best answer for these, and I kind of like this one. There's a couple of reasons why I like it. One, it's cheap, and you know, it has about 1,000 DPS. I'd think about changing it over to actually be sentries, maybe. I don't know, because these go how far? 191. But I like that it's so cheap. Basically, might change out this for a drone drone distance. And if you're orbiting, then potentially this can stay, potentially it can have its passive shield recharge be enough. All right, this is a fit I want to try. So the cap here, 1622, when everything but propulsion is off. Stable with propulsion off. Yeah, I like this one. We're going to need, though, some extra supplies with it for, you know, right drone types and everything. We're going to need all four types of missiles. In faction. All right, cruise missiles, faction cruise missiles. I'll tell you why you go with faction. So you go with faction to make the explosion size smaller. So it'll have a little bit greater distance, a little bit better tracking per se. There's not really tracking on missiles, but and it will have a smaller explosion radius, which makes it more effective against smaller ships. And so you just use these here. In whatever flavor you needed. So if I put Scourge up here, $857. Boy, that loses That's losing quite a bit of DPS. But the application of it, better. I'm using two of these,
to the dragons.
or three.
Catablepas just followed.
Then it may just work really well. The drones, though. Bigger explosion radius is not the goal for smaller targets. You want smaller explosion radius because what happens is, right, so you've got ship here, my fist is a ship, and you send the missile in at it, and it hits, and most of the explosion radius hits the ship. You've done pretty good. If the missile comes in and hits, and the explosion radius is this big, you still only have this surface to hit on. So you don't you don't have the effectiveness, the application of it. That takes a lot of power. All right. So, what is it that goes up here? Is it covert? Machinery designed to allow a Black Ops vessel to create a bridge between systems without the use of a Stargate, allowing its companion vessels to travel across vast amounts of space in the battlefield. Only can be fit to Black Ops. Jump portal generation uses the same isotopes as your ship's jump drive and others through the portal. You will need sufficient fuel in your holds in order to be activated. Okay, fine. And then jump portal generator. That's it. That was what I just looked at. So, and then covert sun astral field generator. Yeah, okay, so that's for to go to. So I'm not sure that I would need to have that. What NPCs we're fighting? All of them. That's part of why looking at a widow. Cloak, maybe? Yes. Duh. Oh my god. Absolutely. Why was I not thinking? Yeah, or a drone link augmentator. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but the drones are only going to be sent out when stuff gets close. I think that's my plan. Micro jump. So, yeah, I'll, we warp in, jump out, and then orbit at like 100. Targeting is 117. Flight on this is 255. I mean, it's really far. Yeah, in that case, we have even less DPS. You're right, but so it's not just the DPS number that matters. It is also the application of it. And so if I bring in 2 of these, then, effectively I'm at 1200, 1300 DPS. And, and drone management gets really messy the more characters you have. If it's a really big site, then that can be a different story. But otherwise, it just makes sense to do this. Now, there is one problem with bringing in multiples of this, and that is that my guy here is taking all kinds of hits on his standings for all kinds of stuff. So my Amar is down to 1.03, and it used to be up around 8. So, it's a big deal. And so what'll happen is that any characters that I have here that are doing this are going to take Empire hits pretty massively. Which is why I then have Empire characters that can play an Empire, and so they can go get the shit for me and everything. So... potentially I'll have 3 of these, and 3 of them in orbit at 625 DPS, 620 DPS each, so 1800, over 1800 DPS on a site. Maybe it gets a little bit squirrely with having so many at the same time, but here's the point of this, is that I just light a Cyno and I Black Ops jump them to their destination for the mission. They do it, I Black Ops jump them back. Simple. And their cooldowns should fit within the mission parameters, and it should be enough DPS, and I think it'll work. So I'm going to buy 2 of these. I got just a little bit more to do on the fit, and want to say that I probably have each type of drone. So Valkyrie, Item was added to inventory but will not be included in the fitting. Why not? Well, I wanted it to. All right. So if it's not going to do that, then I'm just going to have to remember to buy those. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm real good. So, yeah. So can it fit a covert ops? Can it fly cloaked? It doesn't say it can use. It doesn't say it can use a covert. No, I can't use this type. But it has bonuses that there's no targeting delay. There's what else did it say? It had some interesting bonuses for the cloak. No targeting delay after cloaking device deactivation. Cloak reactivation delay reduced to 5 seconds. And then 650% bonus to ship's max velocity when using cloaking devices. Yeah, massive speed boost when cloaked. Isn't that incredible? 650. So does it matter which cloak I use? Because isn't all of the drawbacks nullified from this? So I don't know that it matters other than the targeting. Targeting speeds. You can't warp cloaked. Yeah, targeting messes with scan resolution. And so basically it takes me longer to target. It doesn't seem to, it's not going to mess with my my propulsion or anything. It's just all about, it's all about resources taken and in the fitting for the CPU and the resolution in how long it takes. So I think I just use an improved here. I think that'll be fine. There we go. That's the fit. $1.3 billion each. It's not bad. It's not a bad price. All right. If you're watching on video, we'll see you in the next episode. Everybody